When we talk about fighting muscle loss after the age of 60, what are you usually told to do? Drink a chalky, hard-to-mix protein shake, or maybe eat another plain, boring chicken breast for dinner? Well, what if I told you that one of the most powerful, delicious, and effective tools for rebuilding your strength was hiding in plain sight right in the dairy aisle of your local grocery store? Today, we're going to show you how 3 specific types of cheese can be an absolute game changer for your strength, your energy, and your independence. This isn't just wishful thinking. This is based on the real science of how different types of protein work inside your body. This age-related muscle loss, which doctors call sarcopenia, is the real reason why simple things start to feel so much harder. It's the reason it takes a little more effort to get out of the car after a long drive, or why lifting a bag of mulch in the garden feels so much heavier than it did last year. But it is not something you simply have to accept. To guide us through this surprising and delicious solution, we are so honored to have Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara with us. Doctor, welcome.
Thank you, Ben. You are right. The best health plan, the one that truly works in the long run, is a health plan that a person will actually enjoy and stick with. Food should not feel like a punishment. Cheese, when it is chosen wisely and eaten strategically, is not just a source of powerful protein. For many people, it is a source of joy. Today, we will create a strategic plan to use this joyful food effectively to help you rebuild your strength.
And that is what is so brilliant about this approach. It is a strategic cheese protocol. We are going to show you exactly which cheese is best to eat in the morning or right after an activity like a walk or a game of pickleball for a quick repair. We'll show you which one is perfect to sprinkle on your midday meals like a salad or pasta for a dense protein punch. And we will reveal the #1 cheese to eat as a nighttime snack to protect and feed your muscles while you sleep. It's a blessing to know that caring for our bodies, a responsibility we've been given, can also be a delicious and enjoyable experience. If you love cheese and you are ready to learn how to use it to get stronger, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's completely free, and you're going to love this tasty guide to better health.
Let us begin with the first part of our strategic cheese protocol. This is the type of protein that your body needs first thing in the morning, after a long night of fasting, or right after some light physical activity like a walk or some gardening. For this purpose, we need a protein that is very gentle on the stomach and absorbs very quickly to start the repair process. Our first cheese is ricotta.
Ricotta cheese. That's a great one to start with. Most people in America think of it for Italian dishes like lasagna or stuffed shells. Why is it so perfectly suited for this morning or post-activity window, Doctor?
It is because of what traditional ricotta is made from. Unlike most other cheeses which are made from the solid curds of milk, ricotta is made from the liquid whey that is left over. And whey protein is the fastest absorbing protein that you can find in dairy.
That's exactly right. Because it is made from whey, the amino acids from ricotta can get into your bloodstream and be delivered to your muscles very, very quickly. This is perfect for that window of time right after your morning walk or a fun game of pickleball. That period is often called the anabolic window, a time when your muscle cells are open and hungry for building blocks to begin the repair process. Ricotta delivers those building blocks with great speed. Furthermore, whey protein is incredibly rich in what are called branched-chain amino acids, or BCAAs. These specific amino acids, especially one called leucine, are the most important signals for telling your muscles to grow and repair. BCAAs have also been shown in numerous scientific studies to help reduce the feeling of muscle soreness after activity. So ricotta is not just helping your muscles to rebuild, It is also helping to reduce the everyday aches and pains that can sometimes discourage us from staying active.
And it is a wonderfully versatile and easy food to eat for breakfast or for a light snack. It is delicious. Simply spread on a piece of whole grain toast with a little bit of your favorite jam or honey. You can also put a large scoop in a bowl and gently mix in some fresh berries and a few chopped nuts. It is very light creamy and easy to eat, even for those with a sensitive stomach. This brings to mind a patient of mine, a 74-year-old woman from Ohio named Carol. Her great passion in life was baking for her church bake sales and for her grandchildren. She loved the feeling of kneading bread and rolling out pie crusts. But she came to me because she was losing the strength in her arms and shoulders. She told me with great sadness in her voice that kneading a loaf of bread had become too difficult, and it would leave her arms feeling weak and shaky for the rest of the day. She also told me that she had a sensitive stomach and found heavy foods or those thick, chalky protein shakes to be very unappealing. Ricotta cheese was the perfect solution for her. It was gentle and nourishing. She started a new habit of having a small bowl of ricotta mixed with some sliced peaches every morning for breakfast. It was the only significant change we made. 3 months later, she came to her appointment and she brought me a freshly baked loaf of sourdough bread. She said with a proud smile, "I'm back in business, doctor." That simple, gentle, fast-absorbing protein was giving her the building blocks her arms needed to recover and rebuild in a form that her body could easily and happily accept. It allowed her to continue doing the very thing that brought her and all the people around her so much joy.
That is a truly beautiful story, Doctor. It shows how the right food is not just about building muscle, but about preserving our ability to do the things we love and to serve the people we care about. It's a wonderful reminder of how blessed we are to have these simple, nourishing foods to support not just our health, but our purpose in life. That is a wonderful story, Doctor. So ricotta is our fast-acting protein, perfect for the morning or right after some light activity to kickstart the repair process. Now, what about for our main meals during the day and for that crucial overnight period when our muscles are most at risk of breaking down?
For your main meals like lunch or dinner, we want to add a protein that is very dense, meaning you get a lot of protein in a small serving. For this, our second cheese is the king of dense protein, Parmesan cheese. It is like a concentrated protein powerhouse.
It really is. The nutritional numbers on Parmesan are incredible. Just 1 single ounce of real Parmesan cheese can have up to 10 grams of high-quality protein. That's more protein ounce for ounce than a steak. And there are 2 other huge benefits for seniors. First, because it is aged for such a long time, often a year or more, almost all of the lactose has been broken down. This makes it very easy for most people to digest, even for many who consider themselves to be lactose intolerant. Second, it is packed with calcium. We always think of calcium for our bones, but it is absolutely essential for muscle contraction. Every single time a muscle fiber fires, it needs calcium to make that happen. So Parmesan is providing both the protein building blocks and a key mineral needed for the muscle to function properly.
And the wonderful thing about Parmesan is that you do not need to eat a large block of it to get the benefit. A simple sprinkle is all you need. In America, it is so common and delicious to grate a little bit of real Parmesan over a lunchtime Caesar salad or to sprinkle it on your pasta with marinara sauce in the evening. It adds a huge boost of savory flavor and a powerful concentrated punch of protein without making you feel heavy or overly full.
So that is the perfect protein booster for our meals. Now for the final and perhaps most important part of the protocol, protecting our muscles while we sleep. What is the champion cheese for that job, doctor?
For the final part of the day, we need a slow-release protein. And our third cheese is the undisputed champion of slow-release dairy protein, cottage cheese. This is the ultimate nighttime snack for muscle protection.
And the reason it's the champion is because unlike ricotta, which is made from fast digesting, whey cottage cheese is made up almost entirely of casein protein. As we have discussed on Healthier Daily, before casein protein reacts with the acid in your stomach to form a gel. This gel then digests very, very slowly, providing a steady drip feed of amino acids to your muscles for up to 7 or 8 hours. It is the perfect overnight protection to prevent your body from breaking down its own muscle tissue while you fast.
This was the exact key that unlocked progress for a patient of mine, a 76-year-old man from Florida named Bill. He was an avid golfer, but he came to me because he felt he was losing his strength and his distance on his golf swing year after year. He was losing muscle mass, and much of that was happening overnight. We introduced a very simple and very classic American snack into his nightly routine. Every night, about an hour before he went to bed, he would have a small bowl of cottage cheese. He loved to eat it with a few canned peach slices, a snack he told me he remembered eating as a child. After 2 months of this simple habit, he came to my office, and he was so excited. He told me, "Doctor, I feel my power coming back. I'm hitting the golf ball farther than I have in 5 years, and I'm not as tired after playing 18 holes." That simple nighttime snack was stopping the overnight muscle breakdown and giving his body the fuel it needed to rebuild so he could continue to enjoy the passion of his retirement.
That is a fantastic story, and it's so practical. As the source material points out, many grocery stores now offer low-sodium versions of cottage cheese for those watching their salt intake, and even lactose-free versions are becoming common. It's a powerful tool that is accessible for almost everyone. It's so wonderful to hear how these simple, enjoyable foods can make such a tangible difference in people's lives. It's a true blessing to be able to share this kind of information. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. We love to see where this message of hope and health is reaching. Doctor, this strategic cheese protocol is fantastic. It's delicious, it's practical, and the stories show that it can be very effective. But I know many of our viewers, especially those who are carefully managing other health conditions, will have some very important and very valid concerns about adding more cheese to their diet. Let's take some time to address those concerns directly one by one. This will be our safety guide. Let's start with the most common one, lactose intolerance. So many seniors struggle with digesting dairy. Can they still use this protocol?
That is a very important question, and the good news is yes, many of them still can. First, you must understand that not all cheese is the same. A hard-aged cheese like Parmesan has been aged for a very long time, often more than a year. During this aging process, the natural bacteria consume almost all of the lactose. This is why most people with lactose intolerance can eat real Parmesan cheese without any digestive problems at all. For the softer, fresher cheeses like ricotta and cottage cheese, it depends on the individual's level of sensitivity. My advice is always to start with a very small amount, perhaps just 1 spoonful, and see how your body feels. The other wonderful option which is becoming very common in American grocery stores, is that you can now find high-quality, delicious, lactose-free versions of cottage cheese. The protein is exactly the same, but the lactose sugar has been removed, making it very gentle.
That's great news. So there are safe options for almost everyone. Okay, the next big concern is sodium and high blood pressure. Cheese has a reputation for being very salty.
This is true for many types of cheese, which is why we must choose wisely. As we discussed, ricotta cheese is naturally very low in sodium, making it an excellent choice. For cottage cheese, it is very important that you become a reader of the nutrition label. Many brands now offer low sodium or no salt added versions, and these are the ones you should always choose. Parmesan cheese is high in salt. That is part of how it is preserved. But the key with Parmesan is the portion size. We are not recommending that you eat a large block of it. A small sprinkle of 1 or 2 tablespoons on your food adds a huge amount of flavor and a powerful punch of protein, but with a manageable amount of sodium for most people. The key is to be a smart shopper and to always control your portions.
And what about cholesterol and saturated fat? For 50 years, we were all told to fear these things, especially in full-fat dairy products.
The scientific thinking on this has changed a great deal in recent years. We now understand that the effect of the cholesterol you eat on the cholesterol levels in your blood is not as direct as we once believed. Again, the key is the balance of your entire diet and strict portion control. We are not suggesting that you eat a pound of cheese every day. A small strategic amount of these high-quality cheeses, when eaten as part of a diet that is rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and fiber, is very safe for most people. In fact, the high-quality protein and calcium you get from the cheese provide very significant benefits.
It's about enjoying these nourishing foods with wisdom and with balance, not with fear. Now, for a very serious medical consideration, what about people with kidney health issues? We know that a high-protein diet can be a concern for them.
This is a non-negotiable medical warning. If you've been told by your doctor that you have any level of kidney disease or reduced kidney function, you must speak with your doctor or a renal dietitian before you make any significant increase to your protein intake. A struggling kidney can have a very hard time filtering the waste products that come from protein metabolism. For people with healthy kidneys, this is not an issue. But for those with compromised kidneys, it is a very serious consideration. You must be guided by your medical team.
Thank you for making that so clear. And finally, what about people who are on blood thinners like warfarin? I know that many cheeses contain vitamin K, which can be a concern.
Another excellent and critical question. Yes, cheese does contain vitamin K, which can affect how a medication like warfarin works. However, the goal for people on this medication is not to avoid all vitamin K. The goal is consistency. The problem happens when your intake of vitamin K is erratic. For example, you eat no cheese or green vegetables for 5 days, and then you have a very large amount on the weekend. This causes the levels in your blood to go up and down, which can make your medication unstable. If you decide to incorporate a small, consistent amount of cheese into your diet every day, your doctor can simply adjust your medication dose to match your consistent diet. The key is to eat roughly the same amount each day and to always communicate openly with your doctor about your eating habits.
Doctor, this has been an incredible guide. You've given us a delicious and powerful strategic cheese protocol to fight back against age-related muscle loss. We have the fast-absorbing ricotta for the morning, and after activity, the dense Parmesan to boost our main meals and the slow-releasing cottage cheese to protect our muscles at night. This is a complete 24-hour strategy to combat sarcopenia. What's so empowering about this is that it's a proactive way to manage muscle loss that people can actually enjoy. This isn't about forcing down a tasteless shake. It's about using smart, enjoyable nutrition to fight sarcopenia. For anyone watching who is worried about losing their strength, this is one of the most practical and sustainable ways to prevent sarcopenia and stay strong for years to come.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. The best health plan is a joyful one. If you enjoy the food that you eat to stay strong, you will continue to do it for a very long time. Cheese, when it is used wisely and in moderation, can be a wonderful and joyful tool on your journey to better strength. Do not be afraid of your food. Be wise with it and find joy in your nourishment.
That is the perfect message to end with, Doctor. Joyful nourishment. It's a wonderful reminder that caring for our bodies, the one and only body that we are blessed with on this earth, can and should be a delicious and enjoyable experience, not just a chore. And of course, the wisest way to begin this or any new dietary plan is to speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes. It is not a substitute for the direct medical advice from your own physician who knows your full health history and your specific needs. If you found this guide helpful and are excited to try some of these ideas, please give this video a like so that others can find this information. And be sure to share it with a friend or family member who loves cheese and wants to stay strong. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free, and it ensures you will join us for more practical health guides. And for our community discussion today, we would love to hear from you. What is your favorite healthy way to eat cheese? Share your ideas and recipes in the comments below. Thank you for being with us. Be well and eat well.